All right, so I'm back here on the balcony, about to smoke a stogie. Pretty excited. It's been a little bit since I've had one, maybe about a week and a half. That's a pretty long time. Anyway, today I have a Rocky Patel, and it's a 25th anniversary. It's the quarter century Rocky Patel. Yes, sir. I'm pretty excited about this one. I think I bought this when I was in Miami not too long ago. I saw it there, something about it called my name. I like Rocky Patel. So, we'll see. Just the smell, the aroma of it, that's nice. Now listen, you go to a cigar shop and you go to do this, don't do that, all right? Especially if you're not gonna buy that cigar. Do not put it to your nose, all the way to your nose like this and smell a cigar. You don't wanna do that because that's rude. Don't do it. I've seen people do it, don't do it, okay? Now, if it's your cigar, you can put it up to your nose, smell it, sniff it, do whatever you want, because you're gonna smoke it. You're not giving it to somebody else to put their puffers on and have to have your face all over somebody's cigar. That's not cool. Anyway, so yeah, little word of the wise there. Man, it smells good though. So first I'm gonna cut it, and I got this cool cutter here. That's a Colibri. Look at that, Colibri. It kind of locks together. I like that, it's pretty cool. When you're cutting, you'll see here at the head of the cigar, there's like this line here, basically. That's the cap. You don't want to cut anything further than that because it'll start unraveling. Just the tip, that's all you want to cut, is just the tip, okay? And for me, if I'm gonna smoke the cigar and I have my cutter, give it a little like test, so I know if I need to cut it anymore or not, but that's up to you. So anyway, I'm also using my new Colibri lighter here. This is pretty cool, which I didn't use it today, but it opens up and you have a cool V cutter that's already connected to this bad boy. Press these buttons, pushes back in, locks in place, and then you open it up, push it open, push this down, and you got a flame there. You can't see it because it's butane. Anyway, a cool lighter. You can find this on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. This is not a cheap cheap lighter, but it is pretty cool. So you can see that Colibri. But anyway, toast that foot, toast the foot. Gonna toast the foot, toast the foot. Yeah, 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 toast the foot. Wow. Right off the bat, that is full of flavor. Spicy, full of spice, full of, I get cinnamon too. Ooh, that's spicy. It gave me the hiccups. I never had a cigar give me the hiccups. Excuse me. Oh man, gave me the hiccups. That's not even playing around. Whew. Made my eyes water. That's a good one though. Good spice, good flavors. There's the hiccups again. Freaking hiccups, man. Let me get a drink of water. Whew. Still got the hiccups, but I got some nice sparkling water to wash it down. HEB brand, baby. Anyway, Hopefully the hiccups are gone. Full of flavor, full of spice, I'll tell you that. So this cigar has a Mexican San Andreas wrapper with Honduran and Nicaraguan, it's a Honduran Nicaraguan blend binder. And then all I know is that it's secretive of what is inside of this cigar. But it's pretty good, pretty good. It says that the cigars were aged an extra 2 years because it's the 25th anniversary. So once they're rolled, they're aged for another 2 years. That's pretty cool. This thing is full of flavor, I'll tell you that. Definitely peppery, spicy, lots of spice. Kind of get that oak barrel flavor. It's pretty good. Well, I'm about a third of the way through. It's a big cigar. It's nice. This is the size I like. I don't know. I think it's probably like a 55 gauge. I'll look it up. I'll let you know. But it's mellowing out a little bit. It's got good flavor still, but it's not so harsh anymore. Those first couple drags I had were just like, give me hiccups. I literally had the hiccups. I've never had a cigar give me hiccups before. That was interesting. Man, it's good though. I had the chance, not the chance, I took the chance. I went, when I was still living in Virginia, I actually went to this meet and greet and met Rocky Patel, the owner of Rocky Patel, right? Very cool, very down-to-earth guy. It was really fun to meet him because I'm not really like I don't really geek out on meeting people who are famous or whatever, but I was working that day and I saw it somewhere, Instagram or something, that he was going to be at this one cigar lounge. I was like, well, that's cool. But then I had to have a doctor's appointment that day, and then it clicked. I have a doctor's appointment. I'm not working the rest of the day. I can go straight to the cigar lounge and meet this guy. So that's what I did. I went over there. I bought a couple stogies. I met him. I smoked a cigar there. We talked for a long time. Real down to earth, real cool guy. You know, obviously he stands behind his brand, but it was really cool to meet him, and I'm glad that I went. That was a really cool experience. I've met a couple other cigar owners, or owners of these cigar brands, some higher end cigar brands, and I didn't have the same experience. I won't tell you which ones because I don't want to talk bad about people. But one guy I met was he wasn't very friendly. That's the way I'll put it. Yeah, but Rocky Patel, that guy's legit. I liked him. And this is a nice, peaceful time to just reflect on the day, the week, and everything that's going on in life. Sitting out here smoking a cigar. Although it is hot, I'll tell you that. It's humid and hot down here. Even though it's overcast, I'll show you in a little while. But we've had this for the past, I want to say, month or so. It's just kind of like an overcast dome, right? Yeah, my wife's here. She doesn't want to be in the video, but an overcast dome, and it just kind of keeps that heat and humidity in the dome, and it's not that fun. But living next to the coast, you get the coastal breeze, so it's not as bad. When I go to work, it is freaking hot over there, I'll tell you that. But this is just weird weather. I don't remember it being like this last year or the year before. I know that, like, usually we get hot weather, we get some rainy. This is normally kind of rainy, but in this season. But right now we got that weird overcast dome. I miss the sun. Still nice to be out here though. It's not so hot that it's unbearable, but it's hot enough that you're like, oh man, yeah, it's pretty warm out here. but I'm not sweating either, which is kind of weird. I don't know. It is nice. It's a nice time to smoke a Stog. Yep. See? Kind of hazy. Kind of overcast. I don't know if it does it justice in the video, but sure is pretty out here, I'll tell you that. Oh yeah. Mellowed out a bunch. Now I'm about halfway through. It's pretty good. I'd recommend it. Rocky Patel, 25th anniversary, baby. Quarter century. While I was in Miami, where I bought this, right, I went to probably, I'm not even exaggerating, 20, maybe 25 different cigar shops. It had to be, because I stopped at a bunch of them. Little, like some of them were little hole in the walls, little spots that were just that name brand cigar, like Mr. Cigars, something like that. And then I stopped at, you know, the tourist ones, which were cool too. But that is a cigar haven, I'll tell you that. I loved it. Tasty. Very tasty. Good cigar. I don't have much else to say other than I like it. Kind of have some like vanilla notes now. Not strong, just there at the end. Just a little bit of vanilla. First band's off. I love hearing the birds. I like hearing there's a flagpole next door at the park, and you can hear the rope hit the pole, ding, 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 just slightly. Smell the fresh breeze off the water, and it's comforting. I love the water. I love the bay. I love being by the water. It calms me down. Lets me just kind of be, you know, just be here. It's nice. I'll tell you what though, thank God for that breeze, because if not, I'd be dying. It'd be too hot to be here. But that breeze makes it bearable and worth it, I'll tell you that. I mean, look at that view. Can't beat this. The mangroves, the water. Of course, I'm looking at my beautiful wife too. I also like to sit here and listen to my music on my nice JBL speaker. It's not on right now because you're going on YouTube. This video is going there and I don't want the music to play, and then I can't have my video on there. So sorry guys, you can't listen to the music while I'm recording. Oh well. That speaker's pretty cool. I got it when I got my boat. I put that bad boy on the boat, and when we're riding, even at 35 miles an hour, you can hear that speaker, and it's just loud enough that's not like overbearing, and it's just loud enough that it's not too bad. It's got enough juice. And that battery lasts a good while. Perfect for the boat. I love it. And it's water resistant. And I think it's actually waterproof up to like, I don't know, 3 foot or something, but I'm not willing to try that. But I don't leave it on the boat, obviously. I don't want it to get all, rusted out on the inside because of the salt water, the salty air. But it's a cool speaker, man. I really enjoy it. I like it. I like fishing on the boat, listening to some Chris Stapleton, some blues also. I'm a big blues guy. I love the blues. I used to travel with my cousin, who's a guitar player, and he was in a blues band. It was cool because he was like blues, country, play some like, some poppy stuff, but mainly blues and country. And I would travel with him around Texas when I was 15, 16, 17 years old, and I would just be his roadie, and that was a fun time. I do miss him. He unfortunately passed a few years ago, but I always think back to those times when I would go travel with him across the great state of Texas, and he would play at all these places in Austin mainly, but we kind of toured all over. And every so often he'd let me come up and play. I wasn't very good at bass back then. Now I'm a pretty decent bass player. I'm not going to say I'm amazing or great or anything, but I can hang. I played in a lot of different bands. Shout out to John and Bill in San Diego. You can find John and Bill on Spotify. That band is still on Spotify, and you can listen to them, Spotify whenever you want to, John and Bill. I was on that record. It was an EP. It was really fun times. And I encourage you to go listen to it. It was fun. We went to this, I met these guys because I tore ligaments in my shoulder. I don't know if you can see it, but let's see. Right there, this little bump. I tore ligaments called AC separation. Bone, clavicle meets the rest of my shoulder up here. I'm not a doctor, right? It just popped. Clean cut. Clean pop. Snowboarding. We were at Big Bear in California, right there north of Los Angeles. I was snowboarding down. Freaking fell. I ate it, and it was really, really packed. Real icy. Freaking popped. I ate it. Tore the ligaments. I was on a light duty position, being a cashier for a good, I don't know, it was about 4 or 5 months where I couldn't do my regular work. And I went on Craigslist because I was pretty down in the dumps because I was like, I couldn't do anything. My shoulder, I was in a sling like this, couldn't really do too much. And I wanted to start playing music again. So I hit these guys up on Craigslist. I saw they had a listing. It's like, hey man, you need a bass player. I'm a bass player. Let me go try out. I tried out. I went to this guy's garage basically, and in a really nice neighborhood. And they're like, yeah, come try out. We'll test it out. We have a gig, and I think it was 2 weeks or so. They sent me some music to listen to. I learned it, went and played with them, and I got hired on the band. We did this gig at, man, I can't even remember the bar's name, but it was right next to the dueling pianos. And I remember that because these guys worked for the dueling pianos there in San Diego. They're amazing musicians, John and Bill. Obviously, they play keys and stuff like that, piano, and they know a million songs. I would say they're Nashville, they're Nashville musicians. They're good enough to be Nashville musicians. Really awesome guys. They're fun. But they said, hey man, cool, we did that gig, but we're gonna record this EP if you want to come and record. I was like, heck yeah, bro. So I would go work these crazy hours at work, and then I'd go from there straight up to the recording studio. I can't remember what the name of the studio is now, but it was just this beautiful, I'm talking like huge recording studio with, I don't know, there was this one grand hall, if you want to say, like this huge room, that we all got together and we played in there. And then they had a vocal room, they had a piano room, they had the drum set up, they had all these different rooms, and that's where we were. But they had multiple studios within the studio, so we were in the main one. Man, we had such a great time recording these 5 or 6 songs, and I think it turned out pretty good. Again, look up John and Bill. I'll see if I can find a picture there from Spotify, and I'll post it so you can see exactly what to look up. But it was fun stuff, good stuff. I do miss playing with those guys. They were fun group of guys. Great musicians. They made me a better musician, I'll tell you that. When you're a musician and you play with musicians who are better than you, especially with people like those guys who just, they're encouragers, right? So instead of like, man, you suck, you need to fix this, do that. No. They're like, bro, that was cool, but try this, or listen to this and try and play something similar, or listen to this, and they build you up. I think those are the best musicians to play with, because one, they're encouraging, so you feel like, okay, cool, yeah, I can do this. And then also they're just like, it makes you want to be a better musician. So I, as a musician, I try and do that with other musicians too. I feel like being encouraging is one of the best things you can do. If you're a musician and you've played with other people, especially with really, really good musicians, then you know what I'm talking about. That was a fun time. Going back, I'm thinking again about my cousin. I did get to play one gig with him before he passed. We did a New Year's Eve in this backyard of these really cool people, and we played blues. And I brought in the best drummer that I know. His name is Eric Garcia. Eric, if you're watching this, I love you. That guy is a monster freaking drummer. I'm telling you, monster drummer. He's an amazing drummer. I love to play with that guy, but he's never played blues before until that gig. And my cousin's like, has he ever played blues? I said, I don't think so, but I think he can figure it out. So we went over there, set up. We didn't practice or anything. We go set up and we just start playing blues, and we figured it out as we went. But it turned out to be a really fun show. It was just, like I said, it was a backyard gig. Everyone had a great time. New Year's Eve. You can't beat it, man. I miss that, and I wish that I had the opportunity to play with my cousin more often. His name's JT Coldfire. You can look him up on YouTube and also on Spotify. JT Coldfire. What a freaking awesome. I'm talking, he was an awesome guitar player. He had that Stevie Ray Vaughan sound, man. It was just, I don't know, you don't hear anyone who plays like that anymore, but that guy was an awesome guitar player, and I miss him every day. Every time I think about him, I'm like, man, those were good times to hang out with him. One as a roadie, and two when I got to play with him. But good times. I did have, I had a band at this church in DC when we lived there. It was our worship band, and I was the worship leader, the worship pastor, and I had all these kids who played with me, man. Like, they were, well, I say kids, but there were 2 or 3 of them who were teenagers just starting out, and I got to see them go from just starting to being really good singers and playing piano. This one girl, her name is Sophia. She went from not knowing how to play piano to now she's like a freaking rock star on the keys and the piano, and she's got a beautiful voice too. Her and her brother Jonah. Jonah was he kind of played the djembe a little bit, hand drum, hand percussion. I brought him in and I said, listen, I want you to play the drums, play the kit. So he messed around a little bit and he started getting it, and then he turned out to be like a really good drummer. So it was cool to see those kids go from literally just starting to now they run and they can play with anybody. It's pretty cool. But I had some amazing singers. This guy named JJ, oh my God. You listen to him sing, it'll make you cry. And I don't cry very often, but that is one voice that can make you cry. His voice is amazing. It's beautiful. And I miss him a lot. I miss all of them. We still talk. We still kind of, message each other on Instagram or whatever, but not like we did. That was a fun time. And I love seeing people go from very insecure, just starting out, to being like very secure in what they're doing and having so much confidence in their abilities and their abilities to play and to sing and to just rock it out, and just, it's beautiful. That's one of the things that makes my heart happy, and it makes me feel good inside to see that I had just a very little hand. Like, just people need just a little bit of encouragement sometimes. You give them encouragement and you can see them go to the moon. Like, I know that sounds very cliched or whatever, but if you encourage people in the things that they like to do and the things that they have potential in, they will just skyrocket. And I've seen it over and over and over and over again. And it is such an awesome thing. And it's such an honor to be just even a little part of it. Like, I didn't do very much. All I did was say, man, that was really good. Hey, next time maybe if you try this, or next time if you try and sing it this way or play this, and then they just run with it. It's awesome. My current job right now, I get to train people to be trainers. So I'm an instructor, and I get to instruct people how to become instructors. And that's cool too, because I see people who start out who are just 100% afraid of talking to people, like as a group, not talking one-on-one, but talking to people in a group setting, being in front of people, being an instructor. And some people start out and they have that 1,000-yard stare, and they're just afraid and they don't know what to do, and they kind of look around or look down at the floor, and they say and they don't know what to say, and they don't, they start out just like that, just freaking scared. And I'd say in 4 days in the class that I teach, I see people go from that to instructing a whole classroom full of people like nothing. There's no problem. They're, totally fine. I give them all these pointers, and they go from that scared, like, oh my God, to now they're up in front and they're not worried about anything. They just start talking. They tell everything that they need to do. And it's cool to see people go from being afraid of something to having confidence in something is an amazing thing. And all you have to do is just be an encourager. And I see that with my kids too. Like, all I have to do is encourage them, and they start running with it. Anything we do. Fishing, my kids started off fishing, and I had to cast it for them. I had to bait the hook. I had to do all these things. Now I tell them, okay, I showed them how to do it. This is how you bait the hook. This is how you throw cast the line, all these things. And now they do it by themselves. I don't even have to tell them anything. And they're 10, 8, and 6. They're young kids, and they're fine. We started snorkeling last year. We go out to South Padre Island when it's clear day, which it gets pretty clear out there, the water. Not as clear as, like, I don't know, Cancun or something, but it gets fairly clear. Like, you could see 25 feet worth of visibility sometimes, and it's beautiful. See all these fish. Well, now my kids, who were at first, they're afraid to swim and be out there floating around and looking at, now they're freaking fish. They are fish. They swim around, they dive down, they're looking with their goggles, having the time of their lives. And all I had to do was encourage them. And it's pretty cool. Even my youngest, the other day we're at the pool, and he's still, he's 6, he's young. He was I'm telling you, like, from one day to the next. Last weekend we went out. The first couple days, he didn't want to leave the edge. He was holding on to the edge of that pool for dear life, and he would like scream, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. And finally, I don't know, I just kept, you can do it, you're fine, you can do it, you can swim, you're good. I've seen you swim before. He liked the shallow end. I see you swim in the shallow end. Come swim on the deep end. Jump in the water. I'll catch you. Don't worry. I've got you. You know, just being encouraging and letting him know that I'm there, that I'll take care of anything that happens and nothing's going to happen to you. Finally, right, second day, he's jumping into the water, into the deep end to me, and then swimming to the edge. And all it takes is just a little bit of encouragement. Had I not said, hey, you can do this, all you have to do is just kick your feet, swim a little bit, kick your feet, move your arms, and you're going to make it to me. And if anything happens, guess what? I'm right there. I can help you out. You don't have to worry about it. Just having that safety net of me being there and me encouraging him, he's now perfectly fine with jumping into the deep end, and he's diving under a little bit too and coming back up and swimming to the edge all by himself. And all it takes is a little bit of encouragement. I say that to say that we all are humans. We all need encouragement in something, in the things that we do, whether it's swimming, fishing, singing, dancing, normal everyday work, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you want to do. Sometimes it just takes just a little bit of encouragement from somebody that you trust, somebody that you know has your back. And you as a person can be that encouragement for somebody else. And that's all it takes. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I do it all the time. I definitely fail. I'm not perfect by any means. And I need encouragement myself because I'm human, right? So maybe you can be that encouragement for somebody to let them go from the base level to being confident in what they do. Maybe even become an expert at whatever that thing is, that field is that they're in. We all can do that. Everybody. Life, I feel like life is better when we lift each other up. When we lift each other up as other humans, right? In general, life is just better when we're building each other up rather than tearing each other down. Because that's what we see all the time. All we see, if you listen to the news, which nobody does that anymore, but if you look on Instagram or on, TikTok or whatever, I don't have TikTok, but mostly you hear doom and gloom. But if we just spend a little bit of time encouraging people, just a little bit, the world becomes a better place. Even if it's a little bit better. They're a little bit better, makes the whole world a little bit better. And then we pass it on, and we encourage other people, and then they encourage other people, and then they encourage other people, and then we have a better world, right? I'm not saying it's all unicorns and marshmallows and everything's perfect. That's never going to happen, at least on this world, right? But we can make a difference as people, as human beings, to encourage people and make their life even a little bit better. So I encourage you to run with that. I encourage you to make somebody's life a little bit better. Even if you make their day a little bit better. That is a huge accomplishment. I've seen it in all these different things I've already been talking about, but I've also seen it in the way of someone's having a bad day and you just tell them one thing that makes their whole day better, and sometimes that can carry over to some big things. Sometimes that little bit of encouragement can save a life, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I'm also a chaplain. I've seen this time and time again where someone's really down in the dumps. They're going through it. They're really going through it, and they hate their life. They hate everything about life. They hate everybody. And then you encourage them. You tell them that they're worth something, because they are. Everybody's worth something. And you can change their mindset. You can change the way that they believe. You can change the way that they think about life in just a simple, hey man, I love you. You're worth something to me. You're worth something to this world. Like, it is such a big thing, and it's such a blessing to love on people and bless other people. So again, I want to challenge you, my viewers, right? Whether there's 2 people who look at this video and watch this video, or 250,000 people who watch this video, which that would be cool. Also, like, share, subscribe. But whether it's 2 or 250,000, whatever, I encourage you to take what I've said, even if it's just a little nibble of what I said, and encourage somebody. Whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, whatever. Just, I want to put that out to you. Encourage somebody. Smile at somebody. Tell them that they're worth something. You're going to see a light shine in somebody's eyes. You're going to see somebody's face go from sad and depressed to a smile, a simple smile. And it's not for us. It's not for us, the encourager. It's for that person. Why do you think Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself? Why do you think he said that? If we truly did that as people, as human beings, we loved our neighbors, we loved our friends, we love the people who are unlovable and you don't want to love, right? If we love them even with just a little bit of what we have and gave them a small bit of encouragement, you could change somebody's life. I want you to think about that, and I want you to really try it. Try it. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all. So that's my charge to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed this video. It brought back a lot of memories I wasn't even thinking about. They just came out. And again, help me out. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm at like 174 viewers or subscribers. I'm trying to get to that 500 mark first, and then to the moon from there, right? Like Dogecoin. I want to go to the moon, baby. So please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.